Hello, my name is Lauren Levin, and today I will be discussing the topic of databases. On the agenda for this topic, we will be discussing what database is, examples of it, types of databases, who uses it, database management systems, large and small databases, advantages and disadvantages, and finally, its relationship to cloud computing. According to TechTarget.com, the definition of databases is described as a collection of information that is organized so that it can easily be accessed, managed, and updated. In one view, databases can be classified according to types of content: bibliographic, full text, numeric, and images. It is important to note that there are physical and electronic forms of database, or commonly referred to as DB. Common examples of databases are seen in phone books, address books, and census bureaus. All of these examples are collections of information organized to provide efficient retrieval. I have determined 3 types of databases to be significant. The first is bibliographic databases, which provide a descriptive record of an item, but the item itself is not provided in the database. Information about the item is provided, including things such as author, title, subject, and publisher. The information is called a citation, and sometimes a short summary or abstract of the item is provided as well. A full text database provides the full text of a publication. So rather than having to request a catalog to make comparisons, you can gather information from what you're interested in at one time. General interest, the third type of database, are a great place to begin research for a general topic. These databases contain the broadest range of materials and include many different subjects and disciplines. Understanding how databases are organized can help you retrieve information more efficiently. Information about each item in a database is called a record. Elements of an individual record are called fields. Fields can be used as points of access when searching a database. A record in a periodical database would include information about an article. You might try visualizing a record in an electronic database, such as the one provided on the screen. Each column in the table represents the fields, and each row represents the individual record. There are a number of individuals who create, use, and manage data systems. A database designer is responsible for designing a database. They work with people involved in the system development to find out what kinds of data are needed and what relationship among the data should be studied. And then they design the database based off of that information. Database developers create the database based on the work of the database designer. Setting up a structure, this may be the same as the database designer, and they work alongside the database programmer who creates the programs necessary for the database to be developed. Database administrators manage databases within an organization. The users, then, are the ones who actually use the database. They enter data in the database, update data, and retrieve data from the database. The communication between databases and computer programs working with them is executed through a database management system, also known as DBMS. The DBMS represents a set of software programs that accept data requests from the application program and then provide the operating system with how to handle the requested information. There is such thing as small database and large database. Database can be single user or multi-user. A single user database exists on a single computer and is accessible only from that computer. Many single user databases exist, and there are a number of commercial database manufacturers that address this market. A multi-user database may exist on a single machine, such as a mainframe or other powerful computer, or it may be distributed and exist on multiple computers. Multi-user databases are accessible from multiple computers simultaneously. With the rise of the internet, many databases are publicly accessible. For example, the holding of university libraries are maintained on databases that can be browsed from remote locations. A main advantage of databases is that it eliminates redundancy. They can be programmed to help organize the data, maintain it, and even allow users to find exactly what they need without the hassle of having to search through massive amounts of information that they don't care about. Databases can also provide important security. They keep all of the information in one place. This doesn't just improve the functionality of various applications, but it also protects those applications from being compromised. A major disadvantage of using databases is that it is very costly. Once they are made, they can save money, but databases that are made from scratch can require huge amounts of money. Plus, databases usually require hardware and software for their setup, and these things can also become very costly. Another disadvantage of databases have to do with damage. Damage to databases affects virtually all applications programs. Because everything is included in one place, if something is compromised, the whole application suffers. What's interesting about all the topics that we have studied thus far is that most of them can relate to one another. Cloud computing, for example, has the ability to use a cloud database, which is a database that typically runs on a cloud computing platform. Access to it is provided as a service. Database services take care of high availability of the database. So after you view this comic, why not do what this man does? Store your information in a cloud database and you'll be able to access it whenever you have internet. During this presentation, I was able to discuss several different categories that relate with database. I spoke about what it is, an example of it, types of databases, who uses it, database management systems, large and small databases, advantages and disadvantages, and finally, its relationship to cloud computing.